everybody, T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. What I'd like to do today is look at the beginning stages of creating an image for reference from AI. I'm going to use this image to paint with cold wax and oil, and so that's what we're going to look at today coming up. Alright, so you can see on the screen here that I have Discord up with Midjourney, and what I want to look at here is I kind of want to have a little bit of control on the image itself. You can use your own photographs and upload those to Midjourney and use them. I'm still not quite sure that I want to do that because I mean, they say they don't copy them, they don't keep them, but I think for me, I'm going to go a little bit further down the road before I actually upload my own personal images, just to make sure, unless it's an image that I just don't care about, like we do sometimes online. You know, pretty much anything you put online, it's going to be stolen, it's going to be ripped off. And so if I don't have any images, or if I have any images that I really don't care about, I'll put those up. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is have the AI create an image for me. And so first thing I want to do is start with a prompt to have it create a photograph for me. And what I'm looking here is I would like to create an image of a 10-year-old steampunk girl. And so I'm first going to create the photograph, and then we'll create the painting from there. So, pop over here. And what I'm going to ask Midjourney to do is just create this image. So I'm going to go, hashtag imagine, or you could just type imagine in there. And then I'm going to put in head and shoulder portrait of a 10-year-old steampunk girl, award-winning studio photography, clean, sharp focus. Easy. I'm going to change the aspect ratio. Let's make that, instead of 4:7, let's make it 4:5, because that would be a 16 by 20 as we move forward. So I'm just going to hit that, let it go, and then once it comes up, we're going to save that image and use it as a prompt, rather than, again, using my own photograph. So that'll be the very first part here. Okay, I'm going to take a peek at these. I'm going to go ahead and open it in the browser so I can get in. And you can see it's astounding to me. I mean, these are beautiful portraits. I'm just going to take a peek here and see which one I might like the best. Again, we're going to use this as a starting point rather than... Okay, so... kind of... I kind of like the glasses one. I don't really like the 3 thing on here. So anyway, I'm just going to choose this one. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And we'll come in here and just say that we're going to upsize number 3. That's that one. So there's 1, 2, this one's 3. These mean upsize, or I could make some variations. I'm just going to go ahead and choose that one. And as soon as it gets done, we'll move over to what's next. Okay, so now that we've got this done, what I'm going to do is just pop over to Midjourney. I'll refresh this. You can see I've been working on these. Try to refresh the screen. Should be the last one there. So I'm just going to go down here to save the image. It went over to my downloads, it looks like. Alright. And we'll go back to Discord. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Oh my goodness, let's get rid of that. What I'm going to do is just slide this in here. I'm going to upload the image. So I drug it to the dashboard in there, and then I'm just going to right click on it and say copy image link. All right, now I've got that image link, and I'm going to use that image link now to use as a reference. I'm going to have Midjourney use it as a reference. So I'm going to do four different things. First, I'm going to use that just as I'm going to pull up a prompt just on its own with no image reference of mine. In other words, not using this girl as an image. Then I'm going to do it with this girl as an image. And then I'm going to change the image weight, and I'm going to show you what that is as we move along here. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and copy. Okay, here's, imagine, give me a 10-year-old steampunk girl in an art studio, blah, blah, blah. You can see it there. And I'm going to hit go. I'm going to wait for that. Okay, here's the finals that it gave me. I'm going to go ahead again and open them in the browser. Not much on a steampunk vibe here, but close enough. Like the lighting on this one. I kind of like the background and what's going on in this one, although that's not really going to be my focus. I think this one right here is probably one of my favorite, but anyway, so that is what it looks like without using a reference. Now what we're going to do is use a reference and use the same exact prompt. Wow. We're going to use a reference using the same exact prompt. You need to imagine, there's my prompt. I'm going to take this out of there. This right here is the image that we had Midjourney make for us. And then the rest of this is the prompt. We're going to leave this at 4x5. And we've put image weight 1. Okay. Take a peek at those. This one's really the only one that really might give an indication of our photo prompt. All right, let's try the next one. Here we're going to use the image weight as we're going to use the image weight of 2. Put this to 4x5. I thought we did that before, but we did not. Okay. Okay, this one has rendered, and you can see up here we have the image weight of 2. We're in version 5, and the other things that I wanted to do, we're not going to be able to do because before when I was testing, I think I was in version 4, and it won't let me do the things that I was going to do. So we're just going to compare and contrast these 3 pieces that we have. But before we do that, one of the things that I really don't like too much, you could see here with the image weight of 1, we have a little bit further away image. In other words, we have a you know a longer shot, maybe a medium shot, and you know 3/4 view or whatever. In the area that, or in the images that I have where I used image weight of 2, we have much more closer, more intimate image. They're, you know, a head and shoulders portrait. Only one of them shows like a 3/4 body view. And so I really, really would like to see these people or this person working more than I want to see like a head and shoulders portrait. So I want to do a couple different things. The first thing I want to do though is go back up here, if I can find it. Go back up here, and I think I'm going to do some versions of this one and some versions of maybe this one. These two. This one is the closest one to our reference image, but I do kind of like this one specific to a painting. So I'm going to do some versions of both of those. So we'll just click on V2, which is this one again is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So version or image 2, we're going to do a new version or some versions of it, and then also version 3. We'll let that render, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this same prompt, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit. I want to actually tell it that, hey, we want a 3/4 view, or we want them working, or whatever. We'll change it and see what we can do with it. That was pretty fast. Those are still rendering. Slash imagine. Okay, this is telling me I'm going to use the image, and I'm going to tell Midjourney 10-year-old steampunk girl in the art studio, but I'm going to say full body view of 10-year-old steampunk girl working in an art studio, and then we'll go ahead and let that one roll out. In the meantime, we never did really look at our other one as these came in, so we'll pull these up. Should have done that first. Again, you know, these are nice looking images, and they would be fine. Any one of them would be fine for us to paint, but not exactly what I'm looking for, so we'll just close those out and move on with these other ones. Let's see what happened to our other two that we did. Whoops. All right, here is the first one that we asked for some versions on. We'll pull those up in a browser here and just kind of look at them. They're really not too different. I kind of like this one a little bit better than the rest, just because I can see that eye. This one I can also see the eye, but I like the background in this one a little bit better. We'll have to upscale those. Let's see what the other ones turned out to be like. While we're here, we'll just go ahead and upscale. Out of these, I think we'll upscale number 3. Alright, here's the other one that we did. Let's pop it open. I don't mind this one so much. Don't like her hands in that one. Don't like her hands in this one. I don't want to have to fix these. Actually, these are way better than the hands used to be, but I think this one right here is probably our best bet. Whoops. Yeah. That one's not too bad. Okay. If I'm going to paint one, we will upscale number 1. Let that roll. And then let's see if we got any better. Oh yeah, this is much better for what I'm looking for. Okay, so you saw what we changed. We just put full body view, and then working in an art studio. Everything else was the same. This was image weight of 2. So not very steampunkish in style, but whoops, that's okay. Gives you an idea. That one I don't like at all. On the left, the one on the right, not too bad. I think probably my favorite one is going to be this one just because of the color, but not much specific to steampunk there. I mean, the background's steampunk, but my model is not. All right, so anyway, that gives you an idea of how we can go through and put together images, and how we can have a little bit of control. Having said all of that, I think I'm going to go clear back up here. And the very first one that we did, without using a reference and without weighting anything, just literally putting it in as a prompt, this is probably the ones that I like the best. Let's open these up again and see if we can. I really kind of like this one. I don't mind that one or that one, but I think this one right here is going to be my favorite one. So we're going to upscale that one too if we haven't already, and that one is the one I think I will paint. So this would be upscale 1, 2, 3. Okay, what I've done here, I really, I just don't like this image really either. You know, looking at it, there's a funky finger thing there that I'll have to retouch. Not a big deal, but I really just want to roll ahead. And so here's an image that I had made. Thinking about it, I'm just going to do a small image, and so if I have a closer up portrait, it'll work better for, you know, a small 11 by 14 or something like that. So anyway, this is what I'm going to work on rather than any of the other ones. Not a big deal. This is one of them that I got during that session when I was trying to get a few, you know, and this is kind of how the way it goes with me anyway when I'm playing in Midjourney. I have something that I want to come up with, and I might spend, you know, 15 minutes to try and get to that point. So it is faster, but you know, there's a lot of messing about that you have to do, and honestly, it's so much quicker for me to just load my image that I want to paint in Corel Painter or whatever, an image that I photographed, and start from there. But if I don't have an image that I want to use, or in this case it would be quicker to use Midjourney because I don't have these props to make a steampunk thing, so I would either have to create those props and shoot real life with it, or I would shoot the portrait and then put them in Photoshop, both of which would have taken much more time than what I have getting to this image. So this is the image that I'm going to print, and then we'll move on to the next step next week of starting to paint this with oil and cold wax. So that's it for today. Thank you. Have an amazing day.